Welcome everyone, people of YouTube, people of the world. It's another exciting edition of the wrestling world's favorite YouTube show, The Recap, hosted by yours truly, The Brand. Had some exciting action going on. Power Pit Pro Wrestling taking the world by storm. It was April 18th, 2015. Had a monstrous show with a lot of chaos going down. We're going to go ahead and take you to that. You know, a lot of things happened. We started our Hardcore Championship Tournament. It was our first show with our new world champion, the franchise Eric Hansen, on board. And last but not least, you know, the brand had some business to take care of, first and foremost. Let's go ahead and take you to the recap of how that went down. So what we're going to do is placing you on immediate effective probation. You're going to referee every match here tonight, and your job's going to be evaluated. And we'll see when the night's over if you still keep your job or not. How's that smile now? Well, there you have it. You know, the brand just loves to watch himself, you know, strike down with power on someone, put that referee in his place. We'll see more on what happens on that later on in the show. But back to more important things at hand. We had some exciting action going on at the show, of course, as always with Power Pit Pro Wrestling. What we're going to do now is going to go ahead and take you into some footage of the first match. It was Big Dave versus Inazuma Kikyu. Now, Inazuma comes out to Big Dave music at first, and I don't know, you know, he's been trying to make a mockery of Big Dave, you know, trying to anger the big guy, and, you know, I don't think that's such a smart thing to do. We'll go ahead and take you to the recap of what happened with that match. Here we go, Big Dave and Inazuma Kikyu. Oh my goodness. Inazuma going for a big move there, backfires.
Tonight, I mean, Big Dave's entrance because he just had to get in the ring.
Inazuma Kikyu all the way from Japan, gonna sit him on the rope, no reversal. Big clothesline by Big Dave. Dave goes cover, 1, 2. You know, I feel like I can comfortably call you Viv now, or Viv after you. Here goes Zuma. Gets shot down with another huge clothesline. Dave sizing up Inazuma Kikyu, and he moves out of the way. Zuma with some fierce kicks, trying to mount some offense here. Here comes Zuma. Gonna see a big kick to the face of Big Dave. Here comes Zuma. Misses the elbow drop. 1, 2. Here comes Zuma. Trying to roll him out. Go. Big Dave just sits on 1, 2. Little test of strength here. I don't think Zuma wants to go there with the big man. Oh, shoots him up. Power slam. Covered. 1. Bumper is kicked. Zuma's coming back with a head of steam. Shot down with a clothesline. What's it going to take for Zuma to try to get over Big Dave? This crowd seems pretty split between Zuma and Big Dave. Can't take him down. Tries again. Oh, big bear hug by Big Dave. Slams him down. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Well, there you have it, fans. Big Dave with a big win over Inazuma Kikyu, with the huge old bear hug buster, as we like to call it. Big Dave, of course, making a name for himself in Power Pit Pro Wrestling at the expense of Inazuma Kikyu, who has still yet to win his first match here, unfortunately. But moving right along into the show, like I said, at the top of the program, we debuted something very exciting. It was our Hardcore Championship Tournament. Power Pit Pro Wrestling is going to have a new Hardcore champion unveiled here very soon, and the tournament started at this show. Very first match in the tournament, we got Simon taking on Lance Dean in a hardcore tournament opening round action. Let's go ahead and take you to the recap of that.
Bring out the pickaxe. Beat him up.
Lance Dean with a nice headlock takedown on Simon.
Come on, Simon! Let's go, Simon!
Simon counters into a cover. Alright, nice Russian leg sweep there. And sweeps the leg down anyway. I don't know if it was exactly Russian, but he's gonna. What's Lance Dean trying to do here? Tie him up. Oh my goodness, that looks like a hook. Been a while since we've seen Simon. Nice to see him back here at Power Pit Pro Wrestling. So much to the delight of the Roseburg crowd here. Simon, vicious kick to the back. Sit down, drop kick to Lance Dean. And here we go, starting off. One. Here comes Lance Dean and have a seat. Hits him with an elbow, hits him with a forearm. And a big knee to the chest sends Simon down. 1, 2. Lance Dean was vicious. We're going to take care of some work here. 1.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but to me, it's like
Lance Simon can't do his huge Pele kick, his finisher move, you know. Here we go, Lance Dean. Let's hit Simon in the rope, a reversal. Here comes Simon back with a head of steam. Lance Dean in some trouble here. Simon setting up like a pedigree or something here, gets reversed. Here we go. Double arm DDT. Oh my goodness, what's going on? What's Ike Van Dyke? No mic?
Give me that mic. Now. Hanson, I know you're in the back. Get out here right now. Get out of my ring. There you go. I want my title shot, and I want it now. Roseburg, Ike Van Dyke, Eric Hanson, right here, right now. Come on, Hanson, I know you're back there.
I'll tell you what, fans, that was one heck of a match right there. Simon and Lance Dean just brutalizing each other, really putting their stamp on this hardcore tournament, trying to move forward. And then we have someone come in, stick their nose where it doesn't belong. Here comes Ike Van Dyke, our former Power Pit Pro Wrestling champion, comes in, gives the Dyke cutter to both men so the match can't continue. And just all kinds of chaos ensues, you know, really frustrated the brand. And the brand had to act in a pinch and get security to toss Dyke right out of the building. Of course, just as our rightful new world champion, Eric Hanson, was making his way into their... Of course, he had a few words to say to Ike Van Dyke about everything that was going on, trying to calm down the chaos. Let's go ahead and take you to a recap of those words from our champion.
Just like the song says, hail to the king! For 2 years, I've been in this company since day one. For 2 years I've come after this. For the first two shows, I should have won it. I should have been a champion. But what name is that, sir, right there? does it say? Eric Hansen, your Power Pit Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Because the wrong, what about cheat? How about this guy? This guy. How many matches have I won with you for referee? How many? One time. One time. You want to know why? It's because he's in Ike Van Dyke's pocket. Every time I come out here, I out-wrestle every single opponent that I have. My arm should have been raised, but no. This guy comes out here and screws everything up. So you know what? I hope that disciplinary action is taken. Where's the brand? This guy is walking on thin ice. If he's not reprimanded tonight, I'll reprimand him myself. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in the back. I'm going to get all pampered and pretty for you. I know it doesn't take much because I'm already pretty.
Wise words from the Power Pit Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the World, the franchise Eric Hansen there, you know, always there to give a wise word to his adoring fans, especially the fans in Roseburg, Oregon, who just love him so much, as you could tell on that video there of his interview. We'll have more from Eric later on, of course, but moving right along, you know, we still got that Hardcore Championship tournament going on. The second match in that tournament going to be JV Moonshine taking on Tony Stetson. These two hooked up at our last show, but this time there's so much more meaning, so much more on the line because it's for a spot to move on in that Hardcore Championship tournament. Let's go ahead and take you to the recap of that match.
Handling the line on Moonshine with the baking sheet here. Piece of scrap iron something.
That's gotta hurt in those overalls.
Taking him out to the woodshed. I think Moonshine's used to that. I think he's been out there a couple times. Another shot with the broom there.
Happy birthday!
Just brutalizing Stetson. Oh my goodness. I don't know exactly what the...
Come on, JV!
That Stetson. Nice suplex. Vicious double axe handle is going to go for a cover. One. Stetson getting in Paul Moonshine's face. And 1, 2. Got one right there, Vivian. Almost connected. Moonshine with his own chair shot to the gut. Maybe Moonshine working over Tony Stetson on the outside here. They might end up in a fan's lap. Who knows? Stetson just... Hammerman and Stetson here. Nice leg drop with the lid there. Going to cover 1, 2. Stetson and Moonshine right. Clothesline into the corner.
Come on, JV!
What's Stetson going to do? To the other corner. To the chair. Oh my goodness. Here he goes. He's going to tee off. Stetson duck. Kick to the midsection. Going to scoop him up. Big power slam by Stetson.
Come on, JV!
Going to cover. 1, 2. Oh, puts him on the rope. Happy birthday to Stetson all the way at Backfire.
Come on, Moonshine to the face of the line.
Oh my goodness, down goes Paul. Moonshine with a face full of pie here. Stetson picks him up. Oh my goodness, that's gotta do it. 2, 3, it's
Well, there you
over.
go. There you have it, fans. You know, a heck of a match between Tony Stetson and JB Moonshine. You know, there at the end, Pa Moonshine getting involved, trying to give Tony Stetson a little piece of cake. That ends up backfiring right in JB Moonshine's face. You know, ends up costing him the match. Either way, Tony Stetson's the one that gets his hand raised. You know, reprehensible actions onto Pa Moonshine. This Tony Stetson guy is a bad dude. Bad things happen when that guy's in the ring, and he's the one that's moving on in the hardcore tournament. But moving right along from that, hardcore tournament's going to go ahead and continue. We got 2 of the biggest names in Power Pit Pro Wrestling going at it in our next match. Bad Blood versus Buddy Highway. Let's go ahead and see who advances and take you to the recap.
Alright, here we go, Bad Blood. Buddy Highway, hardcore tournament. Buddy Highway, 6 1 to outside. Here comes Bad Blood. Oh my goodness. That was stunning. Bad Blood comes back with a shot of his own. It's Rosebud crowd. Oh my goodness. Something back to Buddy.
And Bad Blood with the 40 out.
What a shot by Bad Blood, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Buddy Highway won with his own big kick.
Come on, buddy!
Swinging a ghost there, Bad Blood was. Reverses it.
Come on, buddy!
Let's do a little commentary.
Come on, buddy!
Oh, Bad Blood with the chop. Oh, Buddy Highway. Oh,
Yeah! Get him, buddy! Punch him! Come on, buddy!
come on, Rosebud.
Buddy!
I don't know about you, Brand, but this is a little more hardcore than it was earlier today, and I'm afraid for my safety.
Show you quick.
Watch out,
I
buddy!
would not want to beat Bad Blood
Come on,
in a
buddy!
back alley somewhere. Look at this expensive shots with the toolbox here.
Buddy!
Anything you can find, just going to lay out Buddy Highway with it.
Come on, buddy!
Come on, buddy. You can do it.
That's not a bitch. That's not a bitch.
Come on, buddy!
Like I said, anything you can find.
And Bad Blood with the wire
A
cutters.
pair of pliers? Oh my goodness.
Give me that, buddy! Give me that!
Looks like Bad Blood's gonna cut Buddy Highway's.
Of course, Buddy Highway was in our first ever Roseburg Rumble. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
God, and they've left the venue, ladies and gentlemen. The street fight has spilled literally into the street.
Come on, buddy!
Oh,
Here we
and
go,
they
get
have
back.
entered the building.
Come on, buddy! 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 Buddy!
Bad Blood flying cross body off the steps there.
Come on, buddy! Watch out! Come out, buddy! Yeah!
Oh, huge sucker super kick.
Come on, buddy!
And both men are down.
Come on, buddy! Buddy!
Anybody's game at this point.
This is the kind of action you can expect when you come to Power Pit Pro Wrestling. Tell your friends, tell your family. Just like May 16th, we're going to be right back here doing the same thing. Those long distance. Hits him with a cutter. 1, 2. That's it.
Well, there you have it, fans. You know, Bad Blood and Buddy Highway just brutalizing each other. What a contest. You know, they took it all the way out into Jackson Street, you know, all the way in back, turned that hardcore match into a literal street fight. And the brand just couldn't believe it. The brand's breath literally just taken away. But in the end, though, Bad Blood's the one that comes out on top, ends up moving right along in that hardcore tournament. Bad Blood, you know, might be the brand's favorite in the tournament. I don't know. You know, we might have to see how things transpire moving forward from this. Of course, now what I want to do is, of course, it's what you've all been waiting for. The highlight of the night, our champion, our Power Pit Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion, Eric Hansen, comes back out, decides to grace us all with his presence. He had a few words to say, and he threw out an open challenge, because that's what kind of champion he is. He says, you know what, anyone in the back, anyone at all, go ahead and come out here, and he would have a match against him. Let's go ahead and see who would have the guts, who would have the gusto, who would have the luster to go ahead and come out and challenge Eric Hansen in his open challenge. Let's go ahead and find out.
I'm going to shoot challenge to anybody in the locker room who wants to go ahead and come on here, try their luck. Yeah, that's right. All right, Lester, hit some music, get somebody out here, because I want to get paid, I want to whoop somebody's behind, and I want to...
I think you might have been off a little bit more than you can chew here. Hansen in full control with this head off here. Oh wow, reversal! Here we go. And a reversal by Kipling, and he's got him to take down. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Hansen down for that.
Tries the cover. Stevens here, taking him on a tour of the turnbuckles. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another thunderous elbow by Hansen.
One more.
Looks like Hansen's.
Hit back on that, got some fight still left in him. Here he goes. Gonna send him into the rope. Reversal. Takes him down as a champion, folks. Like it or not, he is the Power Pit champion. 1, 2. Just the 2 count. Breaks his back. Nice backbreaker, and Hansen holds him. Got a submission. Yep, trying to fight out. Here he goes.
I think what happened in the first rope situation.
Right, here we go.
Here we go.
Stomps on the foot. Kipling Stevens. This is his chance. 1, 2. That was very, very close. Sits near the ropes. Oh, drops the knee in the face. Kipling. Oh my goodness. That could be it. 1, 2. This is one off the turnbuckle. Hansen. Oh, that's going to be it. 1, 2, 3.
Who that guy was, some guy named Francis Kipling Stevens, comes out of nowhere, makes his Power Pit Pro Wrestling debut against the franchise Eric Hansen. Maybe not the smartest move to make for the guy. I mean, it turned our show into, Revenge of the Nerds for a second. And, you know, he might not have looked like much, but, you know, a gallant effort, I will say, against Eric Hansen. But, of course, the chant, just a little too much for Francis Kipling Stevens. He ends up falling to the franchise Eric Hansen. Of course, all is right in the universe. Eric Hansen, you know, on top. You know, wasn't a title match, but you know, he got the win, which is important. And guess what? It's party time, boys and girls. It's a celebration, as Rick James might put it. Eric Hansen, of course, always one to bring the life of the party. He was there, celebration, confetti and all. Let's go ahead and take you to what happened during Eric Hansen's championship celebration.
You think I should fire him, Eric?
I think he should be picked up by his belt.
What do you guys think? Should I fire him? Good job, Steve. I'm just kidding. Give it up one more time for your champion, the franchise, Eric Hansen.
We're going to watch how I single-handedly defeated Ike Van Dyke.
Security, get in there! Wrestlers! Wrestlers! All right.
Get here!
Security! Everybody! There's enough.
Simple. You want me to come and jump me while I'm trying to have a celebration? Fine.
You cheated!
You want your rematch?
Yeah!
You'll get your rematch next month. But guess what? It's all under my stipulation. You want your rematch so bad. You come in with my stipulations and we'll have a sign.
All right, Ike. I tell you what. Since the brand makes the decisions, the brand's gonna strike his rule down right here, because next month, May 16th, you'll get your rematch. Ike Van Dyke, Eric Hansen, Texas Bull Rope match.
Well, you know, Ike Van Dyke sure knows how to ruin a party. Eric Hansen trying to have his moment, watch his championship video, and then out of nowhere, here he comes. You know, Brand had him out of the building once earlier in the night, and just all kinds of chaos ensued. We had security out there. The brand even had to call out the locker room to get these two separate. Ike Van Dyke on a mission to try to get his rematch, and in the middle of all that anger and frustration, he agreed to a Texas bull rope match at our next show. It's going to be May 16th, 2015, right back at the Roseburg Elks Lodge. You're going to see the franchise Eric Hansen defend the Power Pit Pro Wrestling title against Ike Van Dyke in a Texas bull rope match. Going to be one heck of a contest. It's going to be something that you don't want to miss. And after that was all said and done, the brand had a few words with Eric Hansen backstage. I want to go ahead and take you to some footage of that. Pro Wrestling, the brand here with the one and only, the franchise Eric Hansen, still your Power Pit Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. Eric, what do you have to say after a most wonderful night?
It's real simple. I went out there and did exactly what I said I was going to do. I walked out there as your champion. I wiped the floor with that little geek. And I walked away as heavyweight champion, did I not?
That's right.
Now you see, Power Pit Pro Wrestling is a company that I built. I've been here since day one. How many people can say that?
Not many, Eric, not many. Excuse me, Mr. Hansen.
That's right. I put this company on the map. I'm helping build the foundation, and I'm helping take it to the future. Now you got Ike Van Dyke coming out there ruining my celebration, jumping me from behind, but yet everybody still wants to cheer him.
The nerve of that guy, I swear.
People are out there calling me names, calling me a coward, talking about how wonderful Zach Winters is my girlfriend. I didn't know he was. Ike dodged me for 2 years. First show ever. I should have won that and became the first ever Power Pit Pro Champion. Huh?
Damn right.
But no, there was a no contest order. So we go to show number 2. And what happens?
I cheated again.
He cheats me again and gets named as the heavyweight champion. What does he weigh, like $125? How is that? No offense, but Zach couldn't get the job done. That's why I stepped in, beat Ike down in front of all these people who want to sit there and chant his name. But that's fine. They can chant. It does not going to make any bit of difference that I'm the champion and not Ike Van.
Ike's got his shot next month, May 16th.
Ike Van Dyke's got his shot in a bull rope match. Ike's never been in a Texas bull rope match. I have. I've been hit in the head with a cowbell. It don't feel good. Ike, I'm going to bust you in the head with that cowbell. I'm going to make you squeal. I'm going to make you cry. I'm going to make you bleed. Now you done made me mad. Now it's getting personal. Because every time I go out there, they want to call me a coward. They want to call me a girlfriend of Zach Winters? I'm going to show you a girlfriend of Zach Winters. Because I'm going to bust you up. I'm going to tap every single corner. And then I'm going to drop my knee in your face. I'm going to spit on you. I'm going to hold that belt up high. And I'm going to show everybody I'm the rightful champion. And I should have been Eric Hansen, Power Pit, Pro Wrestling, heavyweight champion. And always will be. I might as well retire right now, Brand. Because ain't nobody going to take this belt from me. I'm your champion. Deal with it.
Well, there you have it. Eric Hansen making it be known. Ike Van Dyke, you better watch out in that Texas bull rope match. Can't wait to see what's going to happen there. You'll have to join us May 16th to find out. Well, you know, the Brand couldn't have said it any better himself, fans. You know, Ike Van Dyke, you better be on watch. You better be ready, because the franchise Eric Hansen is ready to defend his title in that Texas bull rope match at our next show, which is May 16th, 2015. You know, Power Pit Pro Wrestling, never disappointing. Bunch of breathtaking action like you just saw here on this episode of the recap. You know, the Brand had to fire people. You know, just all kinds of action. People fought out on the street. That's why you got to join us, because you just never know what's going to happen at our shows. And you're going to have the chance to do that. It's going to be May 16th, 2015. You're going to see that big main event between Eric Hansen and Ike Van Dyke in that Texas bull rope match. To get tickets, you can visit us at pwmay.bpt.me, or you can call 541-680-8296. Also, make sure to check us out on Facebook as well as Twitter. Also, right here on YouTube, you can watch past episodes of the recap with the Brand, because I know y'all love to watch all those classic episodes of me. And you know, this is the Brand signing off for now, saying we'll see you in the front row at the matches, and peace out.